people who watch us in Darkless in Dublin. My name is Marcus. We will be hosting a small scene between Rory and Duncan because apparently they wants to hang out and have some sort of Mage in Dublin hijinks. Who knows who else will appear? A wild, random Mage could happen. We find ourselves in the warehouse / training hall / crazy workout space of Duncan as Rory wanders his creepy butt in.
He's not creepy. He smells of weed. So yes, Rory wanders in, having caught word of the martial arts challenge.
You see Duncan, who looks like James McAvoy in Split, shaved head and all. He's got two buckets. The buckets are filled with cement, and he's just kind of walking in circles on the floor. You know,
He looks like who?
James McAvoy in Split.
I gotta look this up now. McAvoy Split.
Specifically when he's the Beast.
Beast. Ah, okay. I was gonna say he looks like a weird monk in a turtleneck. All right, that makes a lot more sense. So Rory looks up and doesn't interrupt because the other guy looks kind of creepy.
He then, concentrates for a while. He picks up one of the cinder blocks and he just kind of punches it. He leaves a bloody fist print, then he puts it down. And he turns around and says, "Hey!
Hi!
What's going on?"
Well, lots of stuff right now. But I got word that I don't know, word is be a strong word. I heard you guys you do some sparring and training and stuff.
I do.
Cool. So, I don't know. I came to come take advantage of that, I guess.
Okay.
That's kind of cool.
What do you want to do?
I don't know. And
You see, there's all manner of, homemade equipment and ropes and just. I mean, you see the living areas on the second floor of the place is like an old office because it's a warehouse. But it's been renovated to changed. He won it in a fight. He goes, "So, what do you want to do? You're the guy from the fire the other night."
Yeah. Were you there too?
Yeah, I was there. I saved a bunch of people.
Oh, yeah. Cool. That was really good you did that.
I guess. It didn't look like anybody else was interested.
Well, I was interested, but I also didn't want the guy to blow up more people.
Whatever. It's not that big a deal. So, what's up?
Oh, yeah. I think, I came here to learn or get some instruction or sparring.
What do you want me to teach you? And can you fight already?
I can fight a little bit. He's gangly and very pretty and smells weed.
Duncan is not gangly.
You guys, for the record, particularly Duncan, because he's forward-facing, will see that there is another figure who's leaning very nonchalantly, looking into the warehouse from the kind of yawning open door. She is dressed exactly as pictured, except she's wearing a very, very basic white t-shirt and black jeans, but every inch of visible skin is covered from head to foot in tattoos, with the exception of her face.
Ah.
Hey, lady.
Hi, miss. Cool ink.
She inclines her head very slightly. She will, without getting up, she will say, I was led to understand that you were the one who was offering some semblance of martial tutelage to those who deemed themselves in need.
Yes, I can teach you how to throw hands.
My master sent me here in order to see if this was of real, genuine merit or simply another Magi charlatan who thought that he was bigger than he was.
Who was the other?
One moment.
What did you ask for? Sorry.
Who was the other?
What other? Sorry.
Like, implying, who was the other charlatan?
No. She will very casually look and she will say, considering the amount of times that we have observed the awakened population in the city flail in a general direction as it pertains to the solving of physical crises, yes.
Roy just looks confused.
Perhaps a semblance of introduction is in order. My name is May Rin. It is interesting to meet you.
May what?
May Rin.
Can you write that in the sidebar? So I can see.
So you want me to prove to you that I can teach people how to throw hands?
I have no desire for this. It is my master who is curious.
Who's your master?
My master is Lord Saisho.
Who's that?
Oh, I know Lord Sideshow. So, hi. I'm
Hello.
Rory.
Do you attempt to shake hands or anything like that?
Sure, he'll extend his hand.
She will look down at the hand before she will bow.
He will bow back. Were you the girl in white?
I'm the girl in white. Context.
Yes.
Context.
Was she the really deadly person who fought at the top level fight?
Yes, she was. She's the one who killed Ian.
Yes. It's like, oh, you killed a friend of mine. Or it wasn't a friend of mine, actually. I didn't know him.
He offered aggression towards my master. I extricated him from this world.
Did he?
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was a competition.
He entered the competition, but on a prior instance, he used a weapon to openly threaten my master. That could not be allowed.
Oh. Cool.
So, like, is your master a mage or something?
Lord Saisho is the leader of the Akashic Brotherhood.
Yeah.
Oh, the Akashics. 1 second. He goes and he gets a stick.
Yeah.
It's actually a bogan that is and he brings it back.
He also controls most of the organized crime.
I don't care. I'm not a criminal.
No, he's a pretty cool guy, and he runs these. He runs like these fight clubs.
No, those aren't fight clubs. Those are different.
No, he does run not fight clubs. Sorry, like underground. Yeah.
He has etiquette 3 and he has martial arts 4, and he kneels on his hands and he hands over a bokken. This was gifted to my family by a member of the Akashics.
She will very suitably kneel properly, and she, for the record, how you take these, she holds up her hands in basically with her fingers notched upwards. So she takes it physically by actually laying it across her wrists as she picks it up, because that's how you traditionally pick up a bokken. Before she flicks it up into the air and kind of tests it in between both of her fingers to kind of get the weight. And she nods approvingly before she'll say, "It is perfectly weighted. This was a good gift." Nod, nod.
Is that enough, or do I need to show you my stance?
Sorry, Marcus, apparently Kim wishes to join us, but requires an invite to the thingy because I'm not hosting it. So check your Facebook.
How do I do that?
Cool. You see up at the very top, there's like a little bar that comes up with like the camera, the bandwidth, etc. There should be a little plus button.
Okay.
And it gives you the option to just enter an email, and she's apparently sent you her email on Facebook. And then it'll just, when you enter in the email, it'll just send an invite that she can access.
Neato.
I have no need to see your stance, teaching. I'm here to observe you as you teach the student.
I'm still learning to be a teacher. The warrior part was easy. Showing people how to throw hands the way the best need to learn how is the hard part.
It is easy to master oneself. It is harder still to master others.
See my problem? See my problem?
On the side note, what's up, Kim?
Hey, Kim.
So many tattoos. So many tattoos. Sorry,
Yes.
I've never met this NPC.
She is indeed. As Minnie enters the fight club, because that is apparently what we're doing today. She is pictured exactly as pictured, with the exception of she's wearing jeans and a kind of a white t-shirt. But yeah, she is in fact covered in tattoos from head to foot, with the exception of her face. Even her neck going all the way up to just below her jawline.
Not her boots, though. You can see it in the picture.
Valid. But she casually turns as she hears the Minnie approach, because of course Minnie walks with a crutch. Or 2 crutches.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'm not sure I've met Minnie before. What does she look like?
She's pretty. Let me send you a picture. I'm going to put it in the Mage chat.
Cool.
Chantry memes, or is that the...
Yeah, you can put it in Chantry of memes. Used to be Chantry of bacon, and then they had me change it.
Oh, there it is.
Marcus, do you believe in the saving power of bacon?
All day.
Yep, that is Minnie.
Cool.
But the figure turns and looks the new woman up and down. She's not that tall, for the record. She's only about 5 foot, 5'4", 5'5".
That's all I am.
Beg your pardon?
That's how tall I am in real life.
That's how tall the average woman is in real life.
Yes.
So she's not short, she's average.
Okay,
Yeah.
I will accept that. Actually, she would be slightly tall considering she's at least half Asian, and that scares the. Anyway, but she will look her up and down before she will give a very polite bow.
Hi.
Good afternoon. But yes, my apologies. I was introducing myself. My name is Mayren, the apprentice to Lord Saisho, Lord of the Akashiana here gathered in Dublin City. And this is your dojo. I'm sorry, I did not get your name. Marcus! I'm just going to flail at Marcus. Flail.
My name's Duncan Campbell.
Interesting. The Campbells were once significant, but I can't remember how.
Damn. That's actually Minnie's reaction.
The Campbells are what?
She said the Campbells were once significant, but I can't remember how.
They control the west coast of Scotland.
Ah, yes.
They still do, actually.
They also used to be kings of Scotland. Back in the day.
Yeah. But to be fair, who wasn't?
They did have a little bit of a mucky period. It's fine. Robert the Bruce sorted it all out.
Yeah.
Short Irish.
Shut up. It's fine. Don't you get me talking about the Battle of Bannockburn. We'll be here till the cows come home. It'll be fine. Anyway.
And Rory, yeah. And they also massacred the... Oh, yeah.
But she looks Minnie up and down and she says, "And who are you?"
You asked me that with my full peanuts.
I beg your pardon?
You asked me that right when I had a mouthful of peanuts.
Excellent. My timing was perfect.
What? That's just like a minute around the jewelry box.
And which organization do you belong to?
AARF. I'm also in this knitting group. I'm technically awakened, which I'm assuming this is why it's all secretive place meeting thing. And
With a secret?
Not really.
Oh, good.
Order of Hermes. I like to tinker with stuff. I like to make the stuff. I'm not much of a blow shit up kind of person.
If it helps, though, one day we'll cut his head off, throw him into the sun, and make him eat the power of his own god. That was my.
Were we doing that too?
That was the scene you missed. It was Kim's line of, "Well, how do we deal with the problem?" And she just kept repeating it.
Nice.
Duncan at this point is climbing on the rungs of the that are bolted into the side of the building.
I do beg your pardon. I interrupted the sensei giving his new student a lesson.
He flips off and lands.
Cool.
No, you didn't. You seem nice.
I.
You all seem very nice. Do you all seek instruction?
I'm more of a See, I'm more of a danger to myself, and I don't want to be like a danger to others. I mean, she points at the cast. This is the second time this has happened with the same rock. 2 years ago, it was the other foot.
You have not answered my question.
I believe here gathered you only have one student, Sensei. He will say as she nudges Rory forwards. Like, nudge.
Yeah.
Okay, Rory. My fighting style focuses on weapons and unarmed combat. We don't kick anything but the ground. So, what would you like for me to show you how to do? Out of character, does he have any dots in brawl at all? Or martial
He
arts?
has no dots in brawl, but he actually has a fairly high score in martial arts.
So why is he here?
He wants to learn other things. And he was bored. And frightened about other things.
He just kind of looks at you and he goes, "You're as good." Well, you're not as good as me. But you're good. Out of character, do you have like a higher than 6?
Yes.
You have a higher than 6 dots in martial arts?
Like 6 dots in martial, like including dex?
No.
Oh, then no. I do not have a supernatural score. No.
It's not supernatural.
It's actually not. No, it's not. Anyone can achieve a score above 6 in a skill.
Really?
Yes.
It's just very rare for ordinary mortals to do it.
Oh. And then in that case, I'm going to try for it for something else. Is that true for attributes too, or no?
No, I think attributes cap at 5
Okay.
for ordinary people. I'll have to check
No,
that.
my score is 3.
What style do you already know? Because you know something. I don't know what it is.
I started and quit a lot of things when I was a kid. I stuck with Capera for a while.
That's the one where they dance, all the dancing and flipping around?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, I've seen that. I don't teach that. So I'm going to show you how to punch people with your fist, not your foot.
Okay,
Okay?
that sounds good.
You're going to want to take your shirt off.
Okay. Rory takes his shirt off. Let me just check something.
Oh, there is since Duncan shirted off, there is a very, very elaborate tattoo that covers most of his upper body.
Yeah.
She is
Rory,
almost depressed.
Yeah. Rory is quite lean, and he almost exudes like a pheromone. He's very attractive and has an applicable specialty. So there you go. Like he's I think he's app 4 or 5.
Okay. I'm going to try and see what you already know with all your kicking and flipping and stuff. And then we're going to try and weave that into something of a conglomeration of what I know and what you know so that you feel comfortable. Okay?
Cool.
We will probably not roll dice. This will be totally cinematic. Okay, Sam?
Sounds good.
Concept.
So for about 20 or 30 minutes, all he does is try and get you to kick him, and all he does is punch you in the foot.
Okay.
Every time you try and kick him with some sort of weird capoeira kick, he punches you in the foot.
Fair.
And then after that, he shows you very, very basic punches. He says punches only work one way. And he shows you how to punch people. Everything else is the essence of that punch, whether they're tall or short or whatever. Okay?
Okay.
So the thing we're going to build up with you, because you've already mastered it, we're going to build your stamina. We're going to make it so you can outlast anybody in a fight.
Cool.
Because you're already on the way with that style. So what we're going to do is make it so that you're a very athletic style, you're very, very dodgy, and you outlast them. And then you get one good lick in and knock the crap out of them.
I like that. That sounds like a great idea.
And you're halfway there with that kicky, flippy thing. So what I need, just run a lot. I'll get back to you.
All right. Rory starts running.
He actually does show you how to. One thing he does show you, because he is his esoteric, especially his body work, is he does show you how to breathe, so that you can hold more air in, and you become more efficient in your breathing.
That would be useful. I have a very not useful or very useful esoterica.
And he will just basically show you how to breathe, so that to make sure that the way he's going to train you specifically is highlighted, and that would be stamina.
Cool. Rory enthusiastically runs and breathes.
Oh, take a shot of that whiskey too. Anyway.
Rory just takes a flask from his belt and takes a pull.
Good job. Then he walks over to the ladies. I really want to thank the two of you for showing up. I don't get many visitors except for Zephyr. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
And you make stuff, Minnie?
Minnie.
Yeah. I'm a weapons crafter.
Minnie Mouse.
Oh.
Oh.
What's that?
Let's see. Minnie Mouse is a cartoon character. And no, I am absolutely useless in combat. But I make really pretty things, and she'll pull out a necklace.
That's pretty.
Who's the leader of the club that's made for you and me?
She's gonna turn to the tattoo lady. I really like butterflies. Do you have any butterflies?
Oh, yes. She will very casually just remove the top. She's not wearing any underwear whatsoever, but it doesn't seem to faze her.
Duncan turns beet red and goes, "Oh my god!"
She will point to a butterfly that is located just above her navel, about 2 or 3 inches above.
That's a lot of skin. Oh god.
This is such a cute tattoo.
No.
I had that placement right above the navel, but
Oh my god.
I was thinking along the wrist or something.
Whistle.
I can happily recommend a good tattoo artist.
Oh my god.
She stands there entirely oblivious. She stands up and puts her hand on Duncan's shoulder.
Hi, ma'am. Yeah.
Needless to say, these are appearance 4 breasts.
What?
Enjoy.
Creation? I need a drink.
Rory tosses the flask at him.
He catches it. I can't drink this, but I really want to. Ma'am, can you please robe? Please? Unless I'm offending you, in which case don't. But, oh God.
Am I not visually pleasing?
Huh?
Am I not visually pleasing?
You are a very well put together woman, ma'am. But I was unprepared for that eventuality.
Oh, if you're uncomfortable here, you should never meet my mother.
I'm from a very small village in Scotland. Very small village where they don't have those. Oh God.
She casually. Thank you for that.
Well,
That made everything better.
I'm sure they do. They are for their significant others, not me. Oh Lord.
She will shrug before she puts back on the t-shirt. She will say, "We are taught that the body is a temple. That the concept of modesty is simply, how would one say, the complication of the natural order."
I'm not used to naked people. I'm really not used to naked people. I'm so sorry. Please don't think that I'm weird or something, but I'm just not used to naked people. Please. I want to be friends, but the naked. There's a lot of it.
I apologize if I upset you.
No, I'm not upset. I'm terrified. It's totally different.
You're not a virgin, are you?
Yes.
My. What an interesting concept to walk in on.
Rory's just like running around in a circle. It's at his intellectual level.
You will see the very well dressed Asian man standing in the doorway.
Is that Lord Sideshow?
It is.
Hi, Lord Sideshow. Long time no see.
I see you're an how do you phrase this? I see you're insipidly upbeat as ever.
Sure am.
Interesting.
How old does Duncan look?
24 to 26.
How have you never had sex?
You mean with another person?
Yes.
It's easy. I just didn't. I was busy.
My apprentice, he will say as she walks over to him and bows respectfully. He will incline his head. Informs me that you have some skill, Master Duncan.
I'm a true descendant of Scatha.
Interesting. Perhaps you shall favor us in our next bout.
I don't want to break anybody that makes you lots of money. You wouldn't want to be my friend anymore, would you?
Unless you broke people, and in the breaking of them I made lots of money.
Well, that's just unfair to the people I'm breaking, isn't it?
Whoever said that life, this great catastrophe, was fair?
Fight swap is what happens when you're making other plans, Lord Sideshow.
What was that, sorry?
I said a fight is what happens while you're making other plans, Lord Sideshow.
An interesting mentality. A true descendant of Scatha. It's Scatha, isn't it? Yeah, Scatha. A true descendant of Scatha.
Aye.
He did like Scathic, like the Scathic, like Rory would actually know Scathic, like the legendary warrior woman.
Yes.
The one who from the Isle of Skye.
You say that out loud?
Yeah, sure.
Aye.
Oh. Well, then we're distant relations.
I doubt it.
Well, we are. If you're descendants, got it.
A thing can be many things to different people.
Well said.
All right.
Okay, so Minnie comes back from going to the bathroom. Hi guys, I'm back.
You you will notice there's a very well-dressed Japanese man who's standing with the tattooed woman now.
Got some purple accent, some amethyst earrings would be perfect.
He raises an eyebrow. For the record, I always say this because I love Lord Sideshow's appearance spec. He has the appearance of 4, but his appearance spec is I am the dragon.
Rory's is captivating.
I always love it when people come up with unique kind of appearance traits for themselves. It's always been amusing. My favorite one so far has got to be when a player submitted me a sheet that was literally his appearance spec was 4, but it was literally so bad it's good. I was just like,
that's cool.
Okay.
I could also make an emerald and amethyst pendant in the shape of a dragon. That would be fun. Ooh, with some like subtle silver, like not real big brackets, just a little bit showing through.
I beg your pardon. Who are you?
Oh, I'm Minnie. I make jewelry.
I see. Sideshow kind of quirks his head to the side. Like it's almost like a snake looking at a mouse. Needless to say, my offer to you, Mr. Campbell, stands when it is we declare our next bout. I would be most interested to see you compete.
Why wait?
Why
wait? There's nothing between us but air and opportunity, Lord Sideshow.
You wish to fight me?
No, I don't want to fight you, because if we fought, we'd kill each other. So we could just practice. We could spar.
I dislike sparring. I don't like a potential enemy knowing exactly what it is I can do.
Neither do I. Hence, I won't be fighting in your bouts.
At least, Mr. Campbell, we understand one another.
But we're friends.
What tradition are you, Mr. Campbell?
Why is that important?
I'm just curious, but
I was curious at the fire, but you and your friend were very closed-mouthed about the things that you were a part of. So I figured that was how things worked here.
Oh, I can tell you, I'm a member of the Order of Hermes. So were the other guys with me.
Sideshow raises a finger and he says, "Fire, context."
Oh, at Trinity College there was a fire. I rescued a bunch of people. There's some kind of one-eyed creep, some kind of dude, all red.
He is a bold, powerful mage.
Yes, I suggested we decapitate him and feed him to his own god.
But he's not a big deal because the hermetics there seem to have it. They didn't warn anybody of anything, so it must not be a big deal.
What are you talking about?
We didn't know he was popping out. We didn't know he was in there.
Well, no, I mean, when he left, I mean, it's not like there was a bulletin or anything, so I figured that as a community of mages who, try and protect and care about each other, that we would share at least that sort of thing.
No, I actually did go and warn people.
Who?
I was told specifically, he as he runs, he scrunches his brow together because thinking and remembering is hard. Let me see what Evan said. Hold on.
Because if the head of an order doesn't know about it, you must not have warned everybody.
No.
Talking about the tradition, Council of Nine shoved this pile of shit in our laps. Like, we're totally responsible for it for some odd reason. And like 24 hours that this guy popped up.
Well, the senior council said that it is our responsibility.
Yes, but it wasn't a member of the Order of Hermes who brought this up to the Inn Council.
Was it? Oh my god.
Hmm?
I brought it up.
What was that? Sorry, Sam.
I said I brought it up to the. That was
No, no,
what
no,
you.
no. When he's talking about the inner council, he's talking about the Council of Nine, the actual seats. AKA the seats of the various different elements who vote on things on behalf of the actual orders.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna drop a rock on his foot.
Whose foot?
I have to assume that it wasn't. Like I said, I assumed it wasn't a big deal because they didn't seem too worried about it.
I mean, I'm worried about it. That's why I went running. I told Siren. I told. He starts listing off names. It's out of character. I'm trying to remember. Sounds like an internal order to me.
Well, the inner council made the ruling that as the Order of Hermes had declared a wizarding war against House Diadne, if this individual is indeed a verified member of said house, then the wizarding war is still active. So it is that this is an internal matter of the Order of Hermes.
That doesn't make any sense. We all live here.
Maybe it's a test or something.
Nope. I think it's just people being shit.
Yeah, they do things like that a lot.
What do you mean? What do you mean they? You're a member of the order.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
I'm not exactly in the greatest standing.
When he says that, the painful reminder of, are you a member in good standing in the order, comes back to Duncan. That statement. Continue.
Duncan doesn't get angry, but the smile kind of falters.
Yeah, they kind of brought. They were gonna bring. They brought a bunch of charges against me a couple of years ago.
I don't really care about a couple of years ago. I wasn't here. I'm here now, and there's a guy walking around that I wasn't warned about as a bad guy.
I'm not sure he's a bad guy. I mean, he probably is.
How are you not sure he's a bad guy?
He burned down 2 colleges.
Good guys don't do that sort of thing. Are you stupid?
I mean, stupid is as stupid does. But
he's taking to the head doing those flips.
I believe Saisho says he turns to make his exit. The phrase, the current slang is developmentally challenged.
You put those animals down on the farm.
Ouch.
It will be interesting to see the dream speakers represented, Mr. Campbell.
The dead of Dublin will have an advocate. Yes.
Cool. There's a bunch of them around.
That happens when people die. Yes, Rory. Thank you.
No, there's some really old, powerful ones around here.
You think? This is Ireland. Yeah. It's kind of an old country.
Yeah. I mean, I hang out with some on Halloween sometimes. It's my birthday.
Goodbye, Mr. What's Your Face. I did not catch your name. Bye, lady with tattoos.
One moment. Lord Saisho.
Yes.
Please take no offense. As the host of this place, I am responsible for anything that was said that might have disrespected you, and I'm very, very sorry if anything did.
Oh, you're talking about me?
Duncan doesn't say a word. He just says, I'm sorry. He's just apologizing.
Saisho doesn't turn around again because he's turned to face the door with his apprentice. Before he will say, You and your home and those within it are forgiven. And he will make his way to leave.
Sorry, what was I couldn't hear that part. You weren't very clear. Him and him alone?
No, your home and those within it are forgiven.
Ah.
And with that, he will depart.
Cool.
My grand says it's always whenever one of those Asian guys leaves your house, you always got to say sorry because you probably messed up some kind of way.
That's probably good advice. Sounds like a smart woman. She here now?
Do you want her to be here now?
I mean, I'm just a friendly kind of guy.
If she does show up, you'll know.
Yeah.
She whacked people over the head with a newspaper. That's a thing that grandmas do. My grandma did that.
My grand's a little different.
That's fair. So, I have no clue who those people are still.
What people?
The ones that just...
Oh, it's a Lord Shy Show. He's the head of the Akashic Brotherhood. And he's got a super cool sword that's sacred also and stuff. And there's a girl I used to hang out with, but she haven't seen her in like a year. But and that other girl with him was his like apprentice and also like killer. Oh, he also runs organized crime.
Okay.
Like, he kills a lot of people, but it's, you know.
A dog packs through the door. The dog looks disappointed in life.
Puppy!
Is it Cornelius?
It is, in fact, Cornelius.
Hey, Cornelius!
Honestly, you can all hear the dog talk as he proceeds to speak. You shouldn't go running your mouth like that when it comes to people who have, you shouldn't run your mouth like that when it comes to people with large body counts. Otherwise, you might end up on the roster. Yeah.
Come get evidence! I scratch you behind the ear.
I mean, I'm not saying that I am not partial to being scratched. Yes. He kind of hands over.
My character looks at it, he goes, "Is that a Kushi?"
You know me, sir?
Such a proper
Are you saying there's gentry about?
He will do the dog does a little bow, like tipping down on its front legs, and it will say, "Allow me to give my formal introduction. My name is Conrad." He will proceed to give a ridiculously, Evan's not going to do it. I did it once. I'm never doing it again. It's got about six to seven syllables per name. He's got like 3 of them. Long name.
While he's doing this, Minnie's just gonna scratch him along the spine to find that one spot.
It's giant, by the way. Like this is a dog the size of a small pony.
Yes. Irish Wolfhounds are stupidly huge.
Yeah.
But he will say, before he will say, "I am the herald, the memory, sorry, I am the herald, I am the memory, I am the lawkeeper of the Dagda. A pleasure to make your acquaintance, sir."
My character then does something silly. I don't feel like rolling if I don't have to. My character will do what you do. And my character will do whatever it is etiquette you do when one of the gentry enters your home.
It depends. Do you think of them as a positive or negative force?
Oh crap! Kushi, you're good. Everybody knows that.
Dog of the boys.
He gave you.
They're harbingers of death.
Ish. They're harbingers of death or good fortune.
Yes.
They're weird.
Yeah, they're like banshees.
You would give him an offering of milk and honey mixed together.
Yeah, I think that sounds
I'll
right.
be right back. And he does that.
Oh, see, this is why is it I don't get milk and honey at home?
Because you asked me for single malt.
Yes. Now, does somebody want to Irish up my milk?
Yeah, that's why I've got the flask.
I've got whiskey, but I don't have any whiskey.
That's what's in the flask. That's what I keep it for.
Yeah.
If you heard what he said, then you might be like, he's got what? Yeah.
Isn't that stupidly potent, like almost like poachine-like crap?
Yes.
Excellent.
You can use it as varnish.
No, because that would immediately curdle the milk. But he will accept. He will sit down, and as he sits down, he is about as tall. You know, when he sits down, he comes up to about just below Minnie's shoulder.
Yeah.
He looks at the dog and he goes, "How'd you come by the hound of the gentry?"
My uncle sent him to teach me.
Make sure he stopped, ceased, and in other ways made nascent ways towards, I believe his exact comments were, failing the family, failing the name, and in general, fucking up.
Those belong to those families.
I told you we're distant relatives.
No, we're not. I promise.
You said you were descended from Scathach, weren't you?
He'll say it again.
Oh.
On a side note, what is your name, human girl?
Squish reviews.
Kim?
Kim.
Oh, apparently it restarted her phone, so she's gonna leave it. That's cool. But he will sit there for a few moments contemplating as he laps at his milk and honey before he'll say, "I like the old ways."
They're pretty cool.
Mm.
They're simpler.
Well, not if you're on the bad end of the kindly ones.
Yeah.
Most of them are asleep now.
Man, I don't feel like walking around with my clothes inside out.
Oh, for the ones around the city, you don't have to do that. Or the ones on Sky.
We observe the old ways and everything is okay.
A lot of the old ones here don't observe the old ways. Some of the older ones get kind of grumpy about it.
You know an awful lot about them.
Yeah.
If it helps, it's his one redeeming feature.
I've gone on lots of adventures. Often the product of my own stupidity.
I'll
Yes.
take your word for it.
I'm comfortable with who I am.
Good to know someone is.
Lots of people are. And Lord Sideshow knows I respect him. I meant that only in the most complimentary sense. Like, he's pretty accomplished.
Duncan's very quiet at this point.
His bathhouse is really cool, by the way. You should see it sometime. You'd probably get a lot out of it.
I have a shower.
Then you contemplate the amount of naked people in his bathhouse and how he reacted to one set of boobs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's fine. I think I'm throwing the punches better. That's pretty cool.
But you're not running, which is what I told you.
No, he's been running the whole time.
Okay, go.
Cornelius will sit there for a few minutes and he will then say to you in Scots Gaelic, "It's interesting, isn't it, how the full moon eventually must wax and wane till it is nothing but a memory.
I'm guessing he's saying this to Duncan.
Yep.
He turns and he goes, I've often found that very thing something to contemplate.
He nods before he seems to contemplate. He says, "The old becomes the new again. That seems to be the way of things now. That which is forgotten is unearthed. Kings without their crowns once more remember to sit upon thrones and place scepters in hands. That seems to be the way of things. Memories of blood and stories long forgotten once again rise in order to be spoken upon lips eager for the telling. That seems to be the way of things."
Wait, if you actually speak,
They are completely different languages. Scots Gaelic and Irish Gaelic are almost unintelligible to one another. Like, it's like the equivalent of somebody speaking Spanish and somebody speaking French.
yeah, but Rory's name is actually in both languages, and actually has the same meaning, I think.
He hasn't mentioned your name.
No, I'm just saying as
Aside?
an aside, this actually is somewhat relevant. Then
Okay. But
the name means Red King.
He looks, means red tape?
Red King.
Red King. He goes, he looks at the dog and he says, if the calls are made, there are those that know how to answer. And I'm one of those that would.
you already saw the clarion call. For the record, interestingly enough, as the dog continues to speak, you become more and more aware it's not the dog who's talking, but something that is talking through it. Both you and Marcus, both Rory and Marcus feel a much more powerful spiritual presence, like almost like beating down on you, pressing down. But it doesn't physically manifest itself. It's not physically there, but you sense the kind of residual energy of something very, very large. Something that is here but isn't, as the dog speaks. And it said,
okay, would my character know that if this is a larger thing, would my character know how to respond to such a thing, like to show, hey, I know what to give him the high side is like I'm picking up what you're putting down, like the link of the
you get the distinct impression that it's kind of, you asked us a question and it's actually still answering the question. So you think that it's choosing to talk to you, so it's clearly expecting you to get what it's saying.
Raj, I'm good.
100%. You already saw the beginning. The crownless king. A city of flames. Destiny changes. But why now? Why this place?
Duncan sits there for a second. He takes a sip of the varnish.
That's a good
And he says, for his crown. Any king that is a king wants his crown.
So much so that blood of the heart falls as easily as water, as easy as rain.
Are they still talking in Scots Gaelic?
Mm-hmm.
It's the last argument of kings is war. That's what is upon this land.
Princes often forget those who sit on the throne in their eagerness to claim it with both hands.
But the king has to make himself known, or the prince is just going to do whatever he wants.
What is the meaning to be a father? Is it blood? Is it love?
Only a father can answer that question.
The red. Sorry, no. The king dressed in red, absent his crown. The defender rises in his hours. The defender rises in his land's hour of need. Both will clash again, as it was in antiquity, when it is the father of both shall weep.
Scout, this child has been made aware. Shit.
The dog nods. It doesn't like fall limp or anything like that. He will just kind of go back. Yeah. The presence lifts from all of you. It is no longer bearing down upon you. You get the very faint smell of wet earth before it departs.
Like Pete?
Like Pete.
He kind of looks at Rory. He goes, "Did you catch that?"
Smell or
No.
the voice?
The words.
I don't speak Scots Gaelic. Not much of it, anyways.
You
speak
don't.
Irish.
You speak. Okay. Well, so you've heard of my ancestor, then, yeah? Okay.
Yeah, I've met some of the other descendants.
No, you haven't. I promise.
Why? Okay. I mean, all right.
The dreams of a thing and a thing can be two different things.
He shrugs. If you say so.
You're in trouble.
Okay. He looks unoffended. It just kind of confused.
We're in a prophecy.
No, it's because the story went off. You know who rose, like who was in that tomb, right?
You can name him if you will, but you will not do it in my house.
All right. Sorry. You know who it is.
No, I don't. I was told nothing. I am unaware. However, in an unrelated note, I have heard tell that there are people who seek out things that belong to them, and it's sometimes interesting the choices they make in places that they strike, in the things that they seek when they're looking for things, important things.
He just looks really confused. So you don't want me to tell you who it was?
If you tell me who it was, you'll speak his name.
So you know who it was?
Names have power. I would not have the name of something like that spoke in my house.
You have to tell him without telling him the name, boy.
Okay. Do you like Disney movies?
This is going to be really hard for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you want me to make it easy?
Sure.
Okay. You should go tell more people in the community.
I can tell you right now. without
No.
saying his name.
No. I'm not important. I was given the words from someone. You have to give the words. It's very important that you give the words.
Oh,
This is about you.
this is about me?
Yes, you have oaths that are older than your oath to the order. You've
Yeah, I know
taken
that.
you've taken upon yourself a mantle that's heavy. Do you know what we are, House Gatha? More than anything, we're teachers. War is great and all, and so is martial skill, but mostly we teach. So I'm going to teach you a lesson as my
Like how you once taught, or your ancestor once taught a poor boy. For the love that you bore him until it was, love was no more.
That's him, isn't it?
Um, he is wearing a swanky new outfit, but yes.
You may enter if you hold to the laws of hospitality.
I had no intention of breaking them.
Then I offer you food, drink, and succor.
I accept your offer of hospitality, to take shelter beneath your roof and to eat of your bread and salt.
I'll prepare it. One moment. He prepares him a meal.
He will look at Rory and he will say, I came back to answer you the one burning question. If it helps, you are not terribly hard to find. There is one major change in his general outfit and demeanor. He has a sword that's slung at his hip.
Is it the black sword?
It is indeed made of black metal.
Is it the sword of peace?
How would you know?
I've been looking it up.
There were no. This is Arthurian legend. There's no one picture of the bloody thing.
That's fair.
However, if any of you, this is going to be really interesting for Marcus. Hi, Marcus. How's it going?
Fine.
All of your magic stops. Just
That's
stopped.
just stops.
Just stops.
Stops.
As soon as he crosses the threshold.
You know what? That won't kill me. So he's held to the rules of hospitality.
But he will walk to Rory and he will say, Today, my sister, I suppose you could call her, Eliza Hoth, prevented me from wreaking my vengeance upon your orders, Chantry and Edinburgh. Edinburgh is a beautiful city. It's so changed since I last stood there.
Aldrickie?
Beg pardon?
What were you going to do to Aldrickie? Sorry. Out of character. Sorry. Anyway. Go on.
So, may I ask you a question, Rory? Barney Marinita?
Sure.
Does blood ever truly wash away from the hand that shed it?
Rory kind of looks at him. Depends. I mean, yes, it does. If you want it to, and you're sorry.
He smiles. Interesting answer. Where are my manners? You are my host, sir, and I do not know your name.
Duncan.
Duncan. Interesting. Of what name? Of what family?
Oh, I'm Duncan Campbell.
An old name, one that even I know. I knew an Edvan Campbell in the place where the city of Inverness now stands. He was a great drinker, a great fighter, a great lover of life. Are your family still such?
For the most part.
Good. As you have given me your name, I will give you mine. Mordred Bonnie Diadme. Pleasure.
Wouldn't it be Midrat? Sorry, out of character. Wouldn't he give it as Midrat?
He was doing it up until people started to call him Mordred, so he just thought it's just easier to go with the name that they know.
Yeah.
There was another scene with him earlier where people started calling him Mordred, so it was just easier.
Your reputation precedes you.
And what's that reputation?
He takes a knee.
He will place a hand on your shoulder before he will say, "Rise, rise. I have come in order to give the Order my price for the end of this for the end of this Mage's war, this wizard's conflict. Will you carry my words back to your peers, Master Maronita?"
Sure.
It is simple. When I knew the chantry that stood beneath this city's current streets, there were 66 apprentices, younger than the age of their attention, younger than the age of their maturity. 66 children who died in that dark place at the hands of your order. I require 66 tears shed with true remorse for their destruction. And then I will call for peace.
I'll carry your words back.
Good.
Can I ask that for one full moon? Or like, yeah.
You will have one from basically. He'll give you a lunar month. So 30
Yeah, that's
days.
what I'm asking for. And just listen. I can speak with poetry but please don't kill anyone for one moon unless it's in self-defense. That's not. That's just me asking. Okay.
What she was asking him. You speak with more voices than one.
Rory seems very uncomfortable with that. He just kind of like he straightens himself. Before you woke, I bled and I had my name smeared, bringing the ancient wrong to light. But one crime doesn't undo another.
Very well. I will discount a tear from my required tally, as you have clearly shed them for my house.
I appreciate that. But I will get you your tears.
There is one further stipulation. The one who declared multiple times and demanded my standing in something as pointless as an order of hypocrites and fools. One of those tears must be his.
Sorry, out of character, I didn't hear that entirely. The beginning. The one who demanded his standing.
One who kept asking for his standing in an organization of pointless conjurers and fools. One of those tears must be his.
I will carry your words back.
But as Miss Eliza has asked me to not shed the blood of these magicians, I shall not, for she bears my name. A final service to the apprentice of my, a final word to the apprentice of my, hang on, I have to get this right. Final word to the apprentice of my, to the apprentice of my master's apprentice.
Rory looks. But sorry, and was I clear enough out of character? Like, don't kill normal human beings for a month.
Basically, he's saying that he's not doing it for you. He's doing it because Eliza asked him not to.
Okay.
And he said that he's doing it because she bears the name of the apprentice of his mother's master.
I thought that's why he's not killing magicians.
Oh no, that's why he's not killing people in general.
Okay. Good.
Also, he's only killed magicians so far.
Well, what about the people in the college?
Yeah, he didn't actually kill anyone in the college. There were 13 corpses in the college itself, but no one's ever asked if he killed them. They've assumed he has.
Yeah, I know. I assume they burned to death. Did you? You know what? I'll just ask you. Did you kill those? They found 13 bodies at the college. Did you kill them?
No. They were dead when I was already awake, before I was awakened.
The question it should ask is who freed him.
Were they killed to free you?
I don't know. They were dead when I stepped forth. The fire was my exaltation and my rage, all of the pent-up fury that I had within my soul. That was released when I was.
Let's see. Actually, I don't, but I can't imagine. It's horrible. Living death like that.
When it is the person who thinks of himself your father locks you away for eternity, it is disconcerting. Who thinks of himself your father, Robin?
Hmm. You should do something pleasant.
You misunderstand, Master Marinita. At this point, I want only to die. However, even that is beyond me.
Well, let me work on getting you those tears. And then we'll see about helping you find some peace.
Very well. By the way, what kind of meal did you present to Marcus?
He gave him honey. What is it? Honey cakes. What is it?
Yeah, honey cakes.
Yeah.
He will take a single bite of the cake to prove that he has eaten it. Therefore, he will place it down, and he will offer you a thankful bow.
You want a nip for the road again?
Beg your pardon?
Do you want a nip for the road? He offers the flask.
No, thank you. When I leave, your magic should return, for the record, in case it was disconcerting.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
What does his Famine look like?
He definitely has a third eye in the center of his forehead, but it's currently closed. Actually, you've never seen it open.
I've never seen it open?
It wasn't open when you saw it before. It's a closed eyelid.
Oh. He looks at the eye, and he's very obvious about it. He looks at the sword. Can I ask you a question?
I assume it is one you would like me to answer honestly.
Only if you feel comfortable.
I will make an agreement with you. I will trade a question for a question. I will answer honestly, and in exchange, I may ask you a question that you will answer honestly.
Well, if it's a question I feel comfortable answering. And again, same for you. It's only if it's a question you feel comfortable answering.
Very well. Ask a question.
Yeah. Is that the sword of peace?
He looks down at the sword and he says, "It has many names. I don't know what the sword of peace. It was never called that when I..." He doesn't know the term, basically.
The sword... hold on. He tries to... second. Clarent.
Yes. This is the sword of peace. Ah, of course. An interesting phrase. No doubt you're wondering why it is your magical effects have ceased to be. And he simply taps the pommel of the sword with his finger.
No.
I've often wondered where he hid the twin, but I assume I will find out in due time. I will bid you gentlemen good evening.
Well, you have a question to ask me.
I will, when the time is right.
Okay. I'll answer it if I feel comfortable, and if I'm not, I'll tell you and you'll ask me another question.
That is agreeable, Master Marinita. He is going to walk out of the building unless you guys attempt to stop him.
Yeah. Have a good night. Roy just kind of looks really sad.
Cold iron it is.
It's more than that.
You mistake me. You have a battle that you need to fight your way. I have a battle that I have to fight my way. And the weapon that I would choose to use would be cold iron.
No, it's wise then.
But I can't. To make war with one county, one is to make war with them all.
He just looks sad.
Are you only seeking aid from one? Are you really only speaking with one of your voices, Rory?
I never really lose a Cornelius. I never really learned to say anything in the others.
Do you understand what I say? What I mean when I say that? And would you take offense if I was to attempt to share knowledge with you?
I don't take offense to much, if anything.
Okay. Now, I don't know anything for sure, but I know that those such as Cornelius do not travel or work with those except those of the kindly ones, the gentry, the good folk.
Mm-hmm.
And if that's the case, then you would be allied with them, strongly connected to them in some way.
He smiles. You might say that.
Okay.
You might say I'm double-blooded.
I would not say that, but it's good that if you do. Suffice to say, there's power there. And a voice. And sometimes one voice is louder than another. You can walk the halls of the order all you want to. You'll always be the other thing, too. And sometimes we have to live up to our name. If you accept that name, then you are that thing.
Can I say something? But it stays between you and I and Cornelius.
No, I will keep none of your secrets. It can't be spoken freely. Don't speak it in my house.
Okay, that's fair.
Mind you, Cornelius will say, do you consider Master Rory to currently be under your hospitality and protection?
He's broken no bread with me, nor has he asked for succor.
Master, if you were to ask him for succor in that case, you may speak honestly, because a good man would never reveal something said beneath his roof by a guest.
Oh, sure, that'd be the height of disrespect to a guest in one's own home. I'd be bound by honor to keep my word and my silence.
I ask you for succor, for a roof for the night, placed by your fire. Bread and ale.
Do you now? Well, seeing as how I have those things available, I bid you welcome to my home.
Smiles. I thank you.
What need did you have? Something on your mind?
You could now talk freely.
It's something I didn't really want to discuss with other members of the Order. Although, I'm sure one or two of them. Actually, maybe Siren at least is figuring it out. He's kin. Mordred.
That
We
much
share-
is evident. He goes, that much is evident.
We share a mother.
Do you now?
I did talk to you about this. Kind of, not really.
Yes, no, I know the meta thing, but like, I mean, as far as Rory's concerned, like, yeah.
Anyway, at this point, gentlemen, I need to dip out because it is getting super late.
Yeah, it was like 5:15 for you.
Yes. So,
Oh God,
You want to end the scene right now, or you want to keep talking?
I have to go to. I've actually got court in the morning, so I probably should go to sleep.
Right.
Can we put a pin in this? Continue this another time because this is actually getting interesting now.
Sure.
all right. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This has been another scene in Darkness in Dublin. Have a